We'll go with the long one.
Brilliant.
Right?
I'd forgotten about the second half. Yeah.
The extended edition.
I've got time.
It's just like when no one knows the second verse of the national anthem, and everyone just kind of looks awkward.
Everyone just sort of does the first one again and mumbles, yeah.
So we just giggle awkwardly through it.
So I chose the film this week, and it was Whisky Galore.
Yes, it was.
Claire, what did you think of Whisky Galore? Because I was sitting next to you, but I have to know.
Oh, what do you think I thought of it?
I think you thought it was all right.
Yeah, I would say good. I would say, it was on a thumbs up, thumbs down. It's about a 2.30.
Brilliant.
Sorry, that's really funny.
Michael gets really annoyed by scales that are increasingly
stars
useless.
out of 60 is what you're giving there. That's wonderful.
What did you think of it, Michael?
What about you, Laura? Well, I liked it. I thought it was good. It was not like amazing or anything, but it was funny and it was entertaining and it was much better than some of the sort of boring old black and white war films.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I have a very similar opinion. So I've seen it before. I watched it with my grandpa. Showed it to me. He was a very big whiskey lover.
Right.
Yeah, used to go around to his house for some tea sometimes, just myself, and he'd put on a film like this. It was very fun.
That's nice.
So yeah, it was nice to see it again. I haven't seen it for a few years, but it was nice to see it again, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a good time.
Excellent. A rollicking good time on the silver screen. Fernando, what did you think?
I liked it. I thought it was a good film, that it was funny. However, I did think that... I did not know how to think. I did not know whether I should be on the people's side or on the on the side of the one who was trying to punish everyone for stealing the whiskey.
Side of the law.
Yeah.
Yes. And something was telling me that maybe I should be on the side of the law, but then everyone hated the law. I guess I was a little conflicted about that. But overall, it was a good film.
Cool. That's good.
Excellent.
Moral ambiguity is an excellent quality in a film.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Claire, whose side were you on?
I, as a Scot, was on the side of the people stealing the whiskey. But as someone who hates breaking rules and thinks you should always just do the thing that's going to get you not into trouble, I wouldn't have been happy about stealing the whiskey.
Yep, okay.
But obviously it was sinking and gone to waste, so they should definitely have got it off the boat. It's just whether they should have then owned up to it somehow. And not kept it secret.
So you think it was right for them to take the whiskey, but maybe they should have given it back to whoever owns it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that seems an interesting... Yeah. Sounds fair.
How did everyone else view it?
Who wanted it back?
Sorry?
Who wanted the whiskey back? I thought nobody wanted it.
I don't know. Whoever owned it?
I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, the ship was presumably taking it to someone, right?
See, they didn't tell you that bit, did they?
So, I mean, Laura, I kind of heard you laugh at the very idea that Fernando might wonder about whose side he was on. Were you just on the side of the lovable brigands who pinched all the whiskey?
Oh God, no! No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I was. It would be a bit like if we were watching McGann and you were like, "Oh, the white people have some, it's the law, isn't it? They're just following the law." That seems fair. Yeah, that seems. They got to make their money somehow for the empire.
Okay, I mean, I guess we do have to ask who did actually own that whiskey and who had spent a lot of money to produce it, and then it just all got nicked.
Well, I mean, if they can afford that, then they are probably, I don't know. I think, in any case, this is a classic Goliath versus David.
There are some very small distilleries. As in, I think there are fairly small distilleries, and I'm not sure if, as in, those small distilleries could afford losing a whole batch of their whiskey.
I don't think
some of those distilleries in the island.
Sorry?
Well, would a small distillery have an entire ship full of 250,000 bottles?
Well, we do not know if the boat was owned by just one person or if the boat was someone else's property and it was carrying not only the whiskey of one company, but several, maybe.
It did seem to be different brands, didn't it? Did it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there were different bottles. Okay, yeah, fair point.
That could have been the nation's supply of every small distillery in the whole of the Hebrides. Could have gone under, village communities ruined.
They wouldn't, would they? Because they'd be insured, the ship.
Yeah, there we go. So they weren't going to rescue it. It's not like they stole it. If anything, they stole it from the ocean. It's not stealing.
Yeah, it was given up as... Yeah, that was going to the bottom of the ocean. No one would have had it, and this way it just meant that they had something to drink at a time when resources were very scarce.
Well, I thought that given that indeed all of those bottles were going to be lost, but given that they also rescued some of the bottles, and not only some, but many of the bottles, maybe an acceptable outcome would have been to give most of them back to their owner, and then the owner, in gratitude, should give them maybe one whole box of bottles of whiskey for them to have for free. I thought maybe that was a compromise. That would be compromise, an outcome, a better outcome.
Oh. Yeah, like as a reward for returning the whiskey.
Yeah, I guess as thank you, yes.
Yeah. That would have been a nice compromise. But yeah, they did go for the keep all of it and deny everything.
I can see I'm on their side completely. It's a good point, and in an ideal world, maybe, but that's not what would have happened, I don't think.
No,
you think that?
I think they did the sensible thing in this situation, and really, who wants to bother the government during the war with, oh, well, technically I've got these bottles. Yeah, enjoy the whiskey.
I think that's fair.
Take what you can get from big businesses. Even though we've established they may not be small businesses. Sink them all. Destroy capitalism.
Well, that's what they were doing, wasn't it? Because they'd stopped going to the pub and paying for their whiskey, and it was just everyone take a bottle, and then if you need any more, just come and get it. Like proper socialism.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No questions asked. You can.
Well, maybe we should learn from that experience then and see that they ended up living miserably forever after.
That's true. They used it all up, didn't they?
Oh no.
Maybe we do need benevolent dictators just to stay on top of these things.
Oh, wow. Was this film an attack on communism?
Yes, I think so.
No, I don't think so.
Or was it a statement in favour of communism?
Oh, man.
I think it had nothing to do with either communism or capitalism.
No, it was propaganda. What sort of propaganda?
Well, we need to think about when this film came out. It was 1949. It was the beginning of the Cold War.
Capitalist propaganda. That's what it was.
Absolutely. But it was a bit communist, wasn't it? Because for all that we're talking about who was in the right and who was in the wrong, you were definitely meant to root for the for the community, weren't you? Who, got all of this, nicked all of this whiskey. They were guided by strong traditions and a strong sense of community, and they left it all in the cave. And do you remember someone saying, "Let every man take only what he needs and leave the rest here"? And they were doing their best, weren't they? And they overcame the law. They overcame all the odds to get their whiskey that they could hold on to. But they had that sad ending. Just like in the Soviet Union.
Except for the people that did not drink whiskey.
Oh, yeah, who were okay in the end.
Yes.
Who didn't drink whiskey?
The couple that got married, I think.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Good point.
Yeah, what was he? Sergeant something, and the blonde lady.
George Campbell. No, George Campbell was the other one, wasn't it? Fred and Peggy.
Fred and Peggy, that sounds right. I liked them. I liked Fred. He was good.
Yeah, he was a good sort, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was caught between the two worlds, wasn't he? He was trying to be a good soldier and follow the law on the one hand, but he was trying to marry into the community on the other hand. I liked his predicament.
He understood the moral ambiguity.
He did, didn't he? Yeah, he was giving them all their whiskey, but he didn't partake himself.
He did, though.
He had a drink on his sort of engagement night, didn't he? Very good too. I liked when he let them tie him up, instructed them on how to sneak up on him. That was wonderful.
Should we? What did you think of the domineering mother?
Oh, she was fantastic, wasn't she?
Would you have thought that if she hadn't had a sip of the whiskey and changed her demeanour?
No, I mean, she was hilarious. She was an awful woman, and I was really glad when she had a drink of whiskey. That changed my opinion of her a little bit. Did you like her?
I did, yeah. Actually, she made the film. It would be a worse film without that character.
Oh, wonderful! Yeah, Mrs. Campbell.
Yeah.
I think maybe we can all see something of our own parents in Mrs. Campbell, and I think we could probably all see something of ourselves in George. Bless him.
Yeah. Oh, George. Oh, when he got all brave.
Oh, he was good, wasn't he?
The doctor prescribing him whiskey.
That doctor, jeez. The only thing we saw him do was prescribe cigarettes and whiskey.
Oh, yes. Oh, the very last thing you should do is stop smoking, sir. Yeah. I was thinking when I was watching that, did people know how bad smoking was back then?
No.
Unlikely. No, I don't think so.
Did they know that it was somewhat unhealthy? Like, was that meant to be a joke?
I think so. I don't know if it was meant to be a joke, but I remember my great Auntie Peg she used to get in trouble for smoking as a teenager, and that would have been around the 40s. So there was, it wasn't encouraged, I don't think, by parents. I don't know. I really don't know enough about it. But
it was definitely.
I don't think they knew how unhealthy it was.
Yeah. Because soldiers were given cigarettes in their rations.
Wait, are you saying that smoking is not good for your health?
Yeah, I was reading all about it the other day. It turns out it's really bad for you.
What? Well, it's good that drinking whiskey is actually healthy.
Yes.
You have to have whiskey to balance it. It's like having an apple with a chocolate bar.
Oh, the apple makes it okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So good doctor then.
Yeah, we liked him.
Who else did we have? With the old man, the old sick man with his whiskey and his hot water bottle.
That was good.
That was cheeky.
Oh, my favourite scene was the hiding the whiskey montage.
They put a lot of time into that, didn't they? I would never have imagined all those different ways to hide the whiskey.
Just how bad were they at looking for whiskey, though? They didn't think to, look behind the cushion.
Or in the pie. Give them some credit.
Under the baby.
Under the Baby
that was just
one.
great. Under the Baby, that was my favourite. Just seems so wrong somehow, but didn't they all talk funny?
Oh my god, they were so Irish.
Yeah, like this weird island accent where, they do sound Irish, don't they?
None of them were Scottish. I think they were all English.
I think they were just from the islands.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, people from the islands do sound like that, don't they?
Yeah.
I think they came off as so Irish, and I looked them up. The actors are not Scottish.
Are they not?
No, they're from England. I think
Gordon Jackson is Scottish.
Which one was Gordon Jackson? Because I know that one or two.
George.
George Campbell.
George Campbell with his mother. He's Scottish. He was the only actor I recognised because he was in Upstairs, Downstairs. About 25 or 30 years later, he plays the old, also Scottish butler. But he doesn't sound nearly as outrageously Highlands. But I am surprised that they weren't Scottish because from what I remember of meeting people in the islands and talking to people and stuff, they really do kind of sound like that. And that they must have spent a long time trying to get the accents just right.
Mm.
How did you cope with it, Fernando?
We should...
Well, I thought it was quite easy to understand. I guess I thought it was easy to understand. I did not find it difficult. I do find it difficult when I talk to my neighbor, the one that I'm helping with his grocery stores. He is not from an island, but his accent is a little bit more difficult to understand. But here, the people that were in the movie perhaps spoke funny, but also very clearly, I thought.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that
I'm looking them up now. Most of them are definitely English.
Okay.
Wow. In which case, I'm really impressed by the accent they managed to do, but you're not so impressed.
I don't know, because I don't really know what the islands sound like, but they came off as extremely Irish and sometimes Welsh to me. We should ask Michael 3.
Oh, we should. I mean, I assume he watches this like every night before he goes to bed or something.
Wait, who is Michael 3?
Michael...
You may have met him at...
Other Michael.
You might have met him.
Why is he Michael? Why is he Michael 3 and not Michael 2?
I just know so many Michaels. I know a lot of Michaels. What can I say?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. He's that unimportant to you.
The secret is there is no Michael 2. Sorry, go on.
So he is from South Uist. He's from the Outer Hebrides, more or less where this was supposed to have happened. And he has a touch of this sort of funny sing-song accent, but it's, I think, softened quite a lot since he's moved to the mainland and the East Coast.
To the mainland.
But yeah, he always has a lot to say about island life, and I bet he'll have something to say about Whisky Galore.
Yeah.
The film of his people.
Bet his cousin's in it.
Oh, of course. Except apparently all of them are English, so...
But not with a speaking part.
No. Oh, that wouldn't be very good, would it?
Did we notice the narrator getting drunk after the whiskey arrived?
No.
I thought that was a really nice touch.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'd almost forgotten about that.
What was that? Sorry, I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
So when they brought the whiskey back to the island and the narrator was talking through what was happening, he was getting more and more drunk.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Mm.
It's a nice touch. So all of this, Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, it was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. I didn't look at the runtime, and it just ended. I was like, oh, right, that was short. Hour and 17 minutes.
Yeah, it was short, wasn't it? I was surprised when I downloaded it how short it was.
I think that's good. I think there's a lot to be said for a short film.
Yeah, they could have really tortured that, and I don't think it needed anything more.
Wow, they could have explored the moral question even more.
They could have done, couldn't they? And I don't think that would have helped it. Yeah, so you're all... I'm glad everyone enjoyed it as much as they did. I did, as I often do with these films, have just the voice of Laura in the back of my head saying something she said about a previous film. And the one I was thinking was at the start of Rashomon, you going, 1940s, black and white. I thought, this could be a risk. But I'm glad you got the most out of it.
I did. I also, at that time I was saying Japanese 1940s, I was being explicitly racist about that.
Okay.
A good old-fashioned British war film. Now, that's a different cup of tea altogether.
Absolutely.
No, I'm just kidding. Normally, it's not my thing, but I did really enjoy this one.
I'm similar. Yeah, not really my thing. And I think I have tried to watch this in the past. I think when I was a lot younger and thought, oh, no, it's old and black and white and everyone talks funny, and then stopped watching it. And I don't think I'd ever have gone back and watched it if it wasn't for this. So, that's good.
Yeah, maybe that's a statement in favour of the film club then.
Yeah. So what did we think of the action in the film? A few action scenes.
I enjoyed the car chase.
Yeah, one of the best car chases in a film for me.
Yeah. It's so stressful that they lost so much whiskey. I mean, it's good that they rescued as much as they did, but I can't help but thinking about all those ones that went to the bottom of the sea, and then in the car chase, all those boxes falling off the truck. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, they had plenty though, didn't they?
Well, not enough.
Clearly not enough. Yeah.
No, apparently not.
There was a bit that made me wonder whether it could actually be done. As in, can you actually use whiskey to power a car instead of gasoline?
Yeah, that was silly, wasn't it?
I think you can.
What?
Yeah, Claire, you might know more about this.
I don't know.
I think petrol-driven vehicles are pretty liberal with what you can put in them. Like, specifically, people do this thing where they'll put vegetable oil in, like, leftover oil from deep fat fryers or something that's just left over. It's fairly common now to put some of that in with petrol, and in fact, I think
fairly common.
Yeah, I think maybe even all petrol that you buy in this country is like 5% vegetable oil or something.
What?
Yeah,
I think I've got that right. Certainly, it's very. It's certainly trivial to do. You just put it in and it runs like normal. But I think you can even do it up to like 50%. And it's all fine, or even 100%, but it might do a bit of damage to the vehicle, or something like that.
That's very different to something that's 60% water, though.
Oh, interesting. Is it?
Well, it's fat, isn't it? You can burn oil. Petrol's just an oil. It's just a hydrocarbon. Ethanol is flammable, but whether you can use that in a combustion engine, I doubt.
Oh, so I mean, whiskey does burn, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But you're saying it's not enough for it just to be able to burn?
Yeah, I don't think that's how engines work.
Oh, man. Interesting. So it reminded me of, I've got one other data point on this, and this was somebody that I knew who was like a leader. Well, he was a boys' brigade leader, which is not good for the story that he told us, which was when he was young, he had a moped, and it had run out of fuel, and he basically got some like leftover spirits from the bar he had been at and poured that in, and it was enough to get him home. How true that is, I can't be certain.
Well, maybe it wasn't whiskey, maybe it was gin, in which case it was fine.
Yes, there we go.
Arnold Clark says you can't. If you're flirting with the notion of filling up your fuel tank with leftover vodka, please don't.
That's that then, I suppose.
Yeah.
Damn.
What a rubbish film.
I like the idea. Yeah, stupid film.
It's ruined it.
Not even realistic.
Well, who knows? Because what you were saying about vegetable oil somehow reminded me of the new, apparently environmentally friendly fuel that some airplanes now use. That is certainly being used right now by KLM, I think. And I wonder, and when he said vegetable oil, I thought, could this be it? Could this be the thing that KLM is using to fuel their airplanes?
So I think
interesting.
So there is something called biofuel.
Yes, that thing. I think that is what I was trying to refer to.
But I think that's when you mix like the neat ethanol with the petrol, like a little bit of ethanol with the petrol, so it's mostly petrol. But
and you're saying you distill that stuff to get the ethanol out of it?
Yeah.
Okay, rather than having it at 40% like in whiskey.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. Oh well, it was a good chase scene.
Well. Yeah.
And it was funny that they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Do you have a favourite islander who we can't remember the name of, outside of the main ones? I don't think I know anyone's name. I remember George Campbell's name, but that's...
And he might have been my favourite.
I like the guy that went... Yeah, he was good. The one that went to, like, tie up the captain. There was one of them was really good.
Oh, yeah.
The three of them went up.
Was he the one who also, like, when they were searching the houses, he, like, just chugged the whiskey himself and then put the bottles out the window?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was someone else. Oh, okay. He was good, yeah.
Yeah.
She was pouring it down the sink.
That was brilliant. Yeah. I'll tell you who I didn't think much of, the bartender who went and gave it away.
He was so horrible.
Outrageous.
Capitalist scum.
Yeah. He'll be laughing in the end with his 4 bottles left.
Yeah, I suppose so. I really did like the enemy, the sergeant that was trying to take everyone's whiskey off them, the captain.
Oh, is he Captain Waggett or something?
Waggett? Yeah.
Wagon? Something like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a great job.
It was very entertaining to watch, and you could see you sort of loved him because he didn't have a selfish reason for what he was doing. He was doing it because it was the right thing to do from his perspective. And he so firmly believed in what he was doing, and that made you sort of root for him somehow. Even though he was hopelessly against the odds.
Yeah, there's a word for it that I'm... there would be a good word to describe it. Something like pompous and just blustery and preposterous. Anyway, those will do.
He was certainly pompous.
Yeah.
He reminded me of... and this is coming back to the whole moral question. He was like Javert from Les Miserables.
He was a bit just obsessive.
Yeah, he was obsessed with the idea of right and wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, the an undeterring moral compass. Completely without compromise, and if someone had broken the law, you had to fix it because that's what civilization depends on. And it's in the same way that you don't entirely hate Javert in Les Miserables. You can't quite bring yourself to totally feel against Captain Waggett.
Yeah.
Are you saying? Are you trying to refer to Batman in the Dark Knight and Batman?
Perhaps I am, except that I guess Batman never does anything that's obviously morally wrong, whereas Javert certainly does, and I think we could say that perhaps Captain Waggett does.
What about the Joker?
Oh, what about the Joker?
He's like the opposite of Batman, but still believes in when he believes so firmly that he...
Does he?
I think so.
I thought the key to the Joker's character was that he has no moral compass at all, and he acts completely out of impulse and
Nah, I don't believe that. No.
No?
No, I hate him. That cannot be.
Oh.
Fair enough.
What is the Joker's motivation? What moral imperative is he acting on?
Yeah, I wonder. I do not know, but I thought that everything that he was saying was just a lie, including the fact that he said that he never had a plan. But everything that he did seemed so meticulously planned that I refused to believe that he did not have a plan.
Are the Islanders the Joker?
Whoa. Are the
They're
Islanders
certainly not Jean Valjean.
Are the Islanders the 13 disciples of God?
Well, they certainly sacrifice Waggett, don't they? By sending the bottles across in his ammunition box.
Surely Waggett's Judas, though.
Yeah, I think that whiskey is his 30 pieces of silver, which are no use to him in the end.
But the only person who actually betrays someone who trusts them is Fred.
Oh, so
what does Fred
Judas.
do?
Yeah, he said the captain asks him to go and stop them getting to the ship, and he enables them, doesn't he? It's like he helps the enemy. No one else helps the enemy.
Captain is Jesus.
Captain Waggett is Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Yeah, he betrays Jesus, doesn't he?
And that means that the disciples were the people raiding the houses in the middle of the night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And I guess
Maybe
the
not.
Islanders were the Romans. Oh, it all wraps up. All works out.
Yeah, the Romans just completely went against all of the good stuff that he was saying. He was standing up for what was right and proper, and they essentially put him to death. They sent him off, just ruined his life, got him sacked or whatever. And only some months or years later did they all see the light and realise what Captain Waggett was trying to do.
Oh, was that the downfall of the Roman Empire?
That was the downfall of the Roman Empire.
Oh, man.
And also the Christianisation of the Roman Empire. Later on, they all realised. Actually, I'm not sure if they did. They fell down anyway.
Yeah, it was just collapse, wasn't it? It wasn't an enlightenment or anything or an epiphany. It was just the good times ended.
Yeah. So what about the sergeant and his wife?
The sergeant.
The nice guy that we like, Judas.
Judas. Sorry, you need to be more clear with these things.
Because he was the one that was okay because he didn't drink the whiskey.
Yeah, that's in the afterlife, though, isn't it?
Oh, okay. So Judas had a great time in the afterlife?
Yeah.
Maybe this is where it falls down.
It's like this doesn't actually make sense or something.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing really well, though. I think that's the best we've done.
That was a pretty good one,
Yeah, that was
wasn't
a good one. That was good. It all matched up.
Yeah, good work, guys.
Thanks.
It's more like Moby Dick, though.
I was thinking it was like Moby Dick. Captain Waggett really is like Captain Ahab. He's even a captain. And his white whale is finding all of this stolen whiskey. And he'll do anything to get at it, and ultimately it destroys him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the worst Moby Dick comparison we've made.
No, we've made some pretty bad ones.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Okay, what are the other ones we normally do? We do Moby Dick, we do Jesus. Happy Good Friday, by the way.
Oh yeah, Happy Good Friday.
Have a good Friday.
Have a good Friday.
What do we do? For God's sake, I can't think. We do loads.
So maybe that's all of them.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Well, we tend to compare them to other films that we've seen before. We've already done Lagan.
Had Rashomon.
and Rushmore.
Any imposter? All About Eve? Can we do that one?
Oh yeah, no, they weren't really imposters, were
No,
they?
that doesn't work at all. No, unless
first non-imposter film
the
for a
whiskey
while.
was show business. Oh, we should do symbolism. What are we doing? We forgot about it last time. I've got nothing to bang
Should
on.
I get
Symbolism.
Yep. Yeah, no need for the bell, Fernando. We got.
Okay, no bell then.
Oh, we got it there. Oh, yeah. So symbolism. Well,
any symbolism?
We've that, haven't we, with capitalism?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we dived straight into symbolism, actually, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think we nailed it, by the way.
Yeah, agree.
The island was called Toddy, was it not?
Mm.
Oh, so it was.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
If that's
Nice.
not symbolic, I don't know what is.
Is that symbolic
Yeah, I
or
like
literal? You know, if it's
It's
so
a
on the nose.
motif, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
It's so symbolic. It's actually the thing. It's like a 1-to-1 scale map.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my kind of symbolism. It's just the thing that it is. So Lydia always complains about this lecture she was in where they were analysing a painting, and one of the people just put their hand up and said, "There's a cow in the corner of the painting." And the teacher was like, "Yeah, that's a really good observation. There is a cow in the corner of the painting." And she was just silently screaming, like, "What? That? There is a cow in the corner. That's not you're just saying the thing that's on the painting." That's not analysis. That's just describing what you see. But I've found quite a lot of times in life people seem to have a little "there's a cow in the corner" moments where they try to sound profound and actually they're just saying something really obvious.
Well, bearing that in mind, do we think Glasgow was somehow symbolic? Because they
yeah.
If you don't like it, you can go to Glasgow.
Yes.
I'll go to Glasgow and live with my sister. So what was Glasgow symbolic of?
Well, it was hell, wasn't it?
Oh.
Go to Glasgow in a
sticking with the
handbasket.
Yeah, okay. Or is it the antithesis of the freedom of the islands? Is it somehow?
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
they're opposed, aren't they?
Yeah.
We have the slow pace of island life.
For the stolen whiskey. Couldn't do that in Glasgow, could you?
There is less of a
Glasgow's
chance
okay.
of running out of whiskey in Glasgow.
I suppose there are more distilleries, aren't there? Nearby. But the Rozzers would be onto you straight away if you tried to steal a shipload.
The who?
The Rozzers.
Who are they?
It's the word for the police.
I've never heard that. Is it?
No, never heard of the Rozzers.
What?
No,
Is that
me
like
neither.
the fuzz?
Yeah, like the fuzz.
The old bill?
Yeah.
The Rozzers. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to start using that.
Oh, I'm sure it's a thing. I'm going to have to look it up now because I don't want you to start using it if it's not a thing.
Oh,
Too
no,
late.
that's even better. Oh, is it April Fool's Day and you're making up some...
Rozzer, informal British, a police officer.
Brilliant. I like it.
Yeah, they're named after Robert Peel.
Who founded them,
Yeah,
right?
he founded the Peelers. The Bobbies.
The Bobbies. Oh, Robert Peel's.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay, Bobbies.
Rozzers.
Yeah.
They did used to call them peelers as well.
Right.
That one I'm sure of. But they don't.
You just made that up, have you?
No, I don't think they use it anymore, but I think they used to.
Okay. That's awesome.
There you go. There's some policeman knowledge for you.
Yeah.
Do you know
sorry, what were you saying about the Rozzers?
Oh, just that if you stole whiskey in Glasgow, the Rozzers would be onto you.
Oh, yeah.
We were still on the symbolism of Glasgow.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I have any more. Oh, bureaucracy.
Well, I guess that's part of capitalism, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I'm out as well.
The sick old guy that can't get out of bed, but then does when it comes to saving the whiskey. Was he healed? Yeah, it is a water of life, isn't it?
I mean, the other guy literally died when he couldn't get any, so... Remember that at the beginning? He's told there's no whiskey and he just goes home and dies.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, man.
This film had its dark moments, didn't it?
Jesus.
Wow.
Okay,
I have one. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say his name's Wagget, isn't he? Like wagging your finger in someone's face when you're telling them off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
How's that?
Well spotted.
There we go.
I have one last question.
Uh-huh.
This film was remade in 2016. So just like we did for The Thing, I want the question to be, if you were remaking this film, what would you have done differently?
Nothing.
Exactly the same, frame
perfect.
for frame.
Yeah.
Is the new one in 2016 also black and white?
No. It seems it's in colour.
Is it set in 1949?
I think so.
Was it also about whiskey?
Yes.
I know what I would have done.
So.
I would have had some women go and get whiskey because it was a very macho. This men of the island who get the whiskey. They're the ones who drink. They give it to the women sometimes, but even though I did like the female characters in it, I thought they were as well explored as the male ones. They could have been more involved. I mean, I get it because it was 1949, but yeah, that's what I'd do differently.
No, I think that sounds good. And so this is exactly what we said for The Thing, wasn't it? That it was a very macho movie and we could do with more interesting females. And so, you know what I'm going to say now? All-female remake of Whisky Galore.
And who gets
there's just lesbian marriages at the end.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Is it still whiskey? Because that's a boy drink.
It's gin. You know, women love gin, don't they? Bloody love gin.
Could it be cocktails instead of whiskey?
A ship full of cosmopolitans.
Lambrini ship sinking.
They can't get it themselves because they don't want to get their shoes wet.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a good one. Do you think there were any gay characters?
Ooh, I like it. There were no obviously gay characters, were there?
No, Biggins wasn't in it, so...
Having said that, what about the slightly mysterious island girl? that falls in love with the sergeant.
Mysterious.
She's blonde. She's one of the two that gets married.
Oh, did she do the phones?
Yes, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Peggy.
Yeah, that is Peggy, isn't it?
Peggy.
She has this very... she reminds me of Theo from the house on...
The Haunting?
The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, it's just The Haunting, isn't it?
The Haunting.
Yeah, I can see that.
But she got married in the end.
Yeah, but come on.
She did get married in the end. But you had to get married in the end back there, didn't you?
Yeah,
didn't you?
Yeah.
And she did. She came up with all the excuses she could not to get married. And she didn't seem that into him.
Yeah. Yeah, you might be on something there. I think it maybe also Captain Waggett. I could see him. He was a little queer-coded, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Love it. I wonder whether they had any idea of that when they were making the film, whether they really were thinking, let's make these characters a little camp or something. That'll be fun, won't it? Or whether it's just utterly modernism that we're putting on it now. I just have no idea.
I think it depends, because there are so many of antagonists and villains who end up being quite camp and gay. Like it's definitely a thing, isn't it? Like queer coding your villains in that era. I don't think it was coincidence, but I'm not sure if that's what was happening here, because he was just really posh.
Yeah, okay. Easily mistaken.
Yep.
Those are all my thoughts. I'm glad you all enjoyed it, at least.
Yeah, I loved it.
At least to the slightly above 3 o'clock level.
46.5 stars.
Out of 59.7.
Yep. Out of mushrooms and oranges.
Only their scores in primes of primes. So.
Oh. I hope you all know that when you give these crazy numbers, I just round it up to 1 or down to 0 and ignore everything else you say.
How do you round up the colour yellow? Because that's my new skill.
Oh no. You're out of the club.
More lemon or banana?
Well, I'm done.
What's a wrap? That'll never get old for me. It's going to be the last thing I say when I die.
It'll never not be old for me.
Oh, the music. Oh, sorry. I forget.
I've got my hand on my heart.
Oh. I'm not very good at reading these cues, you see. Right, hold on.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
To the beginning. Wait for the ads. Ad 1 of 2. Have some post-amble, if you will.
Yeah. So I've been listening to In Our Time with Melvin Bragg, and in the little post-amble bit, he always goes, so what have we not covered that we should have covered during the discussion? And they all have this stuff that they all wanted to say. What did we not cover?
Who was the most attractive?
Oh, well, Peggy.
Peggy, yeah.
Next question, please.
Got to be George. He was a cutie.
No, I found him repulsive.
We need someone neutral to decide on this one, don't we?
If anything, it was the guy who they brought in to find the whiskey.
With the nail scissors.
Yep. I don't remember what he looks like, but he had a good, some drive, ambition.
Oh yeah, I liked him.
Yeah.
I liked his nails.
Yeah, very well kept. That barbed wire is going to ruin his nail scissors.
I know. Absurd.
Yeah. Well, the music's been ready for some time, but if anyone else wants to say anything.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm also ready.
Excellent.
Three, 2, 1.
Scissors.
Oh.
Right. In fact, no, we'll let you have a draw. So Claire and Fernando now. 3, 2, 1.
Rock.
Scissors. Oh.
Okay, so Claire's got a point. And now Fernando versus Laura. 3, 2, 1.
Scissors.
Paper. Got that.
Okay, so that's a point for Claire and a point for Fernando. So they should play off, and the winner picks the film, right?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Scissors. Oh.
New rule, you can't pick scissors.
Oh, I know what I'm going for.
So Claire, did you say I don't know?
No, she said scissors. Wait, what? Yes.
Oh, sorry, you both said scissors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I really thought Claire said don't know. I was like, why are we arguing this? That wasn't So, okay, carry on. Okay, right.
Hang on,
one
can
more
I make
time.
an intervention?
Yes.
Claire has never gone second.
That's true. I hope you're not suggesting that we should actually choose someone manually.
I could end up going third.
Have you ever gone third?
No.
Only first or last. Just wanted to make that known before the next. So, whatever happens, it's fate.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Please continue.
3, 2, 1.
Rock.
Scissors.
Oh, that's a win.
Oh my
Well
God,
done,
got a historic moment.
For the first time ever. Can't believe it. In fact, I mean, this is the 11th time that Claire has been chosen.
Yeah.
And it's the first time you've gone second or third.
Yeah.
That's pretty...
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
What can I say?
Yeah.
I've got skills.
You got a film?
I do have a film. I want to watch Requiem for a Dream.
Mm.
Oh.
Nice.
Like that down.
Have you seen it before?
Is there multiple versions?
I don't know, and I've not seen it before, but it's mentioned in pop culture a lot, so I want to know what it is.
Cool.
Requiem for a Dream.